right. So, it's been like kind of eating my brain lately, just thinking about Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, I get it. It feels like almost everyone I talk to is like super hyped for this thing.
Right. Like it's not just another game. It feels, I don't know, bigger somehow.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto is like, it's basically a part of our culture at this point.
Totally. And there's just so much like info floating around.
Bits and pieces, yeah.
When's it coming out? How much is it going to cost? How big is the darn thing?
Right.
So today we're doing a deep dive
Yes, we are.
to try and figure out exactly what to expect.
Exactly.
We've got articles here from Tech Radar, Games Radar, plus Watchin', a really cool piece from 300 Mind.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Even some threads from Reddit to see what actual gamers are saying.
Awesome.
All right, so first things first. When are we going to actually get our hands on GTA 6?
So the good news is we do have a release window.
Okay.
It's fall 2025 for the Xbox Series XS and the PS5.
All right, so Xbox and PlayStation. Got it.
Yeah, this is like a big part of their first trailer, which came out late last year.
Okay.
And Take-Two Interactive, the publisher, they've been pretty consistent about that in their like financial reports and stuff.
So fall 2025, but that still feels kind of vague, right? Like, is it September? Is it November?
Yeah, no specific date yet.
Okay.
Rockstar, the developer, they like to keep things pretty close to the chest.
Makes sense. Got to keep us on the edge of our seats.
Yeah, exactly. Tech Radar had a quote from Take-Two's CEO, Strauss Zelnick, and he basically said that they prefer to hold back on those details and release them closer to launch.
So the hype stays fresh, I get it.
Right, like if they told us the exact date now, we'd all be counting down the days, but then what?
It's old news by the time the game drops.
Exactly.
So what about PC gamers?
Ah, yes, the PC crowd.
I think I have to wait.
It's not looking good for simultaneous release.
Ugh, bummer.
Yeah, this seems to be the trend with these big Grand Theft Auto games.
I guess they want to make sure the console launch goes smoothly first.
I think that's part of it, yeah.
Okay, so PC gamers potentially looking at early 2026, according to some of these articles.
Yeah, that's the speculation right now.
We're getting ahead of ourselves that we still don't even have an exact date for the console launch.
Right, and honestly, even fall 2025 is not set in stone.
Wait, really?
Games Radar Plus had an interview with this former Rockstar developer, Obi Vermage, and he said it's possible they won't be able to 100% confirm the release window until, like, May this year.
Wow. Okay, so things could still shift.
Yeah, game development is a complicated beast.
True. Okay, well, let's move on to something everyone cares about. How much is this going to cost?
Ah, yes, the price tag.
$70 more.
So most AAA games these days, you're looking at around $70.
Right, that's the standard.
Right. But there's this buzz going around that GTA 6 might be different.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Tech Radar and Games Radar Plus both mentioned this analyst, Matthew Ball from Apillion, who thinks some in the industry are hoping GTA 6 will be priced between $80 and $100.
Whoa, that's a big jump.
Yeah, it would be a pretty big shift.
So what's the logic behind that? Just because it's GTA?
Well, the argument is that it's been in development for so long.
Years and years, right.
Yeah, it's a huge game. They're really pushing the boundaries. And, of course, the hype is off the charts.
Okay, so they think they can get away with charging more.
It's possible. Yeah, the demand is definitely there.
But that opens up a whole other can of worms, right? Like if GTA 6 costs $100.
Yeah, then every other game company is going to want to do the same thing.
Even if their games aren't nearly as good.
Exactly. That's the fear.
All right, so let's talk about size. Like how much space is this thing going to take up on our hard drive?
300 Mind estimates that it could be somewhere between 120 and 150 gigabytes for PC.
Okay, so we're going to need to clear some space.
Most likely, yeah. Especially if you're still using a traditional hard drive.
What about the in-game world itself? Like, how big is the actual map?
So it's confirmed that we're going back to Vice City.
Vice City. Nice.
But it's not just Vice City. It's the whole state of Leonida, which is basically Rockstar's version of Florida.
Oh, wow. So it's like Vice City plus a bunch of surrounding areas?
Exactly. And Rockstar is calling this the biggest, most immersive evolution of the Grand Theft Auto series yet.
Okay, now that's a bold statement.
Right. And apparently they originally planned to include even more locations.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like areas based on North and South America, but they decided to scale back to focus on Vice City and its surroundings.
I can only imagine how much work goes into creating a world like this.
It's mind-blowing.
So they're saying it's going to be super detailed, way more than the original Vice City.
Way more. Yeah, like the level of detail in the trailer was insane.
And speaking of the trailer, I read that some fans are already trying to map out the entire game world using the footage and leaked coordinates.
Oh, yeah. Those Reddit threads are wild. They're like digital detectives over there.
It just shows how passionate people are about this game.
It's amazing.
So, okay, big question for all our listeners out there. Will your PC actually be able to run GTA 6?
That's the million-dollar question.
We've got some potential PC specs from 300 Mind, but keep in mind, these are just predictions.
Right. It's all unofficial for now.
So for the minimum specs, they're saying you'll probably need an Intel Core i7 8700K or an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X.
Okay.
At least 8 gigs of RAM, an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 Ti, or AMD Radeon RX 5700 XT, and of course an SSD with like 150 gigs of free space.
So not exactly a potato.
Not even close.
And what about the recommended specs?
For those, they bumped it up to an Intel Core i9 10900K or an AMD Ryzen 5 5900X, a whopping 32 gigs of RAM, and either an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 or AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT.
So basically, you're going to need a pretty beefy machine to run this thing on high settings.
Yeah, no kidding.
And they specifically mentioned an NVMe SSD for the recommended specs, which is like the fastest type of SSD you can get.
So yeah, if you're planning to play GTA 6 on PC, you might want to start saving up for some upgrades.
That's probably a good idea.
Now, to sum all this up, you want to play GTA 6 at launch.
You better have a PS5 or an Xbox Series X.
Because those are the only confirmed platforms.
That's right. No love for the older consoles or PC yet.
PC gamers are probably looking at early 2026, and they're going to need a pretty powerful rig to handle it.
And then there's the price. Still a mystery.
Could be $70, could be $100, who knows?
Rockstar's keeping that one close to their chest.
As for the game itself, it's sounding massive.
Huge map, tons of detail. And they're even talking about expanding it after release.
It really does feel like they're trying to create a living, breathing world.
And it looks absolutely stunning, graphically.
The trailer had everyone's jaw on the floor.
So I guess the question is it all worth it?
That's the question we're all asking ourselves.
All this hype, all this anticipation.
What does it say about us, you know? That we're willing to spend potentially hundreds of dollars and countless hours on a digital world.
It's an interesting thought, right? Like, what is it about these games that grabs us so much?
I think it's the escape, the freedom, the chance to do things you could never do in real life.
And in a world that's becoming increasingly chaotic and unpredictable, maybe that escape is more valuable than ever.
Maybe that's why we're all so obsessed with GTA 6.
Maybe so.
Food for thought.
Definitely.
And on that note, we'll wrap things up here.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Be sure to check back for more deep dives as we get closer to the GTA 6 launch.
And let us know in the comments, do you think you'll be able to run GTA 6?
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
See you next time.